Is the Trump administration America first when they refuse to take from a $5 billion emergency fund that would support the food assistance for 40 million low income Americans, then is totally comfortable spending $40 billion bailing out Argentina's economy and Trump's close political ally, Javier Milei? Congress has already created a $5 billion emergency contingency fund, which is most of what would be needed to fund SNAP throughout November. But Donald Trump wants Americans to go hungry. We are talking about 16 million children, 8 million seniors, 1.2 million veterans, and millions of more disabled folk. Because allowing Americans to go hungry is totally fine for Donald Trump so long as he can use it for political gain.
So this is a reminder that the Trump administration has a Federal Reserve available for SNAP benefits that they are refusing to activate. The Center for Budget and Policy released an article recently about how the Trump administration recently claimed that SNAP benefits are not available for November 2025 because SNAP's contingency funds are not legally available to cover regular benefits. This stands in opposition to the law and prior practice, including by the Trump administration itself. During previous government shutdowns, it didn't matter whether it was a Democrat or a Republican who was president. They have always released the funds for SNAP. This is incredibly intentional. Trump absolutely has the authority to release these funds, and he's not on purpose. According to the Center on Budget and Policy, the reserve available is likely between $5 and $6 billion. So it's not like we don't have the fucking money. So while you're watching your neighbors rally to try and figure out how to feed their communities, just remember Trump has every power to stop this, and he is choosing not to.
At this point, I don't even know what's going on anymore. So let's break this down. But before that, hey beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. So all credit goes to the creators in these videos. And guys, in today's video, so the US government, I'm sure by now you must have watched these videos and understood what this whole thing is about. But just in case you don't know, sit tight, I got you. So the government has something called contingency funds. So think of it like an emergency backup wallet for programs. For example, SNAP. Because normally, if Congress doesn't pass a budget on time, those funds can be used to make sure people still get their food benefits. So it's supposed to be a safety net, a way to keep families fed while politicians sort out their issues. But here's the thing. In this shutdown, the government has decided not to release those funds for SNAP. That means there is no emergency money available, and millions of people that rely on SNAP could miss payments or get delayed benefits. So imagine depending on this money every month to put food on the table, and suddenly the backup plan is gone. Guys, what do you think in the comment section? Because it's just like having an umbrella in a closet during a storm. I mean, the umbrella exists, but you cannot just use it. Let's see what these other creators have to say.
November 1st, they're still going to be smiling. They're still going to be laughing. They're still going to pop bubbles. But they won't tap into emergency funds to issue SNAP benefits to 42 million recipients. It's quite honestly disgusting that our government, the people that are supposed to lead us and protect us, are using food as leverage. Food to push their political agenda to get what they want. How is this okay? Like, we can't brush it off like it's politics as usual. I genuinely want to know why you don't see a problem with this. And stop with your whole, I shouldn't be paying for illegal immigrants, or I shouldn't be paying for your 9 kids. Because this is just wrong, period. I don't know how you can support this president and this whole administration. We're talking about people going hungry. Families, kids, seniors. They're being used as bargaining chips. Where is your humanity? Where is your heart? This isn't leadership. Wake the fuck up. They're doing this to SNAP recipients. They're not going to stop there because they will be A-OK no matter what gets. Wake the fuck up, because they're not going to stop at SNAP recipients. Because if anything is dismantled, defunded, eliminated, they will fucking be A-OK. This needs to end now.
The USDA has $6 billion earmarked in case of emergency like this. And instead of letting them release that, they are actually training almost 25,000 U.S. military members to prepare for the unrest when benefits don't go out on November 1st. Let that sink in. There is money. And instead of doing that, they are going to use the military on its own people over food. And let's not dare blame the Democrats here, because a government that would rather set the military on its own people than ensure they are fed should not run. But isn't it awesome that the president's main priority is the ballroom that actually has no architectural plans?
Guys, what exactly is the priority of the Trump administration? Because what does this mean for families? This is not just a financial technicality, it's real life. People rely on SNAP to feed their children and survive. And without contingency funds, families are left to scramble for food, stretching what little they have. Like, I'm anxious and I'm scared for what is going to happen in November if this shutdown still continues, because food pantries are already crowded and people try to prepare for all these missed payments, and it's just worse. This is the worst season because we are heading into the holiday season, and it's a time that's supposed to be about celebration, warmth, family. But this shutdown is looking like it's just going to turn it into a season of skipped meals, and worrying about empty fridge. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because this is personal for millions of Americans that rely on SNAP just to survive.
The president is now weaponizing hunger to bring his political opponents to heel. He's literally trying to starve people into submission, which is why I just sued the Trump administration again for willfully and intentionally making people go without food. We're talking about parents, children. The president is now denying people access to SNAP benefits, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise known as food stamps, which helps parents provide milk, bread, eggs to millions of children across this country. We're talking about almost 400,000 people here in Connecticut, more than 100,000 children. You cannot, you should not, it is wrong to weaponize hunger and healthcare to bully people into submission, and so that you can get what you want politically out of this government shutdown. And so we're moving right now in federal court to get immediate relief, because people can't go 24 hours, 48 hours without food, much less weeks and weeks and weeks. We need relief right now.
Hunger will continue until morale improves. It's a uniquely awful thing to use food as a political cudgel, to weaponize people's stomachs. This government seems to have no problem using infinite debt to fund things like Argentinian bailouts and gold embossed monuments to dear leader. But make no mistake, he will ride in like a white knight at the 11th hour. The narcissist will solve the narcissist's problem. He will say, I have been your friend this whole time. It's the wicked, evil others that are causing you to starve, but I came in and I saved your benefits. Assuredly, this public announcement that there are no funds come November 1st is really just setting the stage for him to save the day yet again. But here's what I also know to be true. If he doesn't, it would be political disaster, because every society is just a few meals away from revolution.
Yep, absolutely right. Because honestly, it feels like every time politicians argue in Washington, the people on the ground are paying the price. Hunger does not wait for a budget deal. SNAP is supposed to help keep families safe and fed, but with no contingency funds being used, the safety nest is gone. And the lesson is clear, guys. The system can fail fast, and it's everyday people that, are going to feel the pain. Now, they are saying those funds are not going to be used to feed people, right? People are going to be stretched thin, overstretched, rely on food bags. I mean, basic people that had, jobs a couple of weeks ago are no longer at their workplace, and they are not paid because of this government shutdown. I mean, these are people that on a normal day they have, it's not as if they are wealthy, but they have enough to feed their families. They don't usually go to the food bank, but now they have to go to the food bank because they don't even have savings. Because I wanted to say they don't know how much they are how well or how far their savings to go, but they don't even have savings because they go from paycheck to paycheck. So what are we saying, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this particular topic? Thank you guys for listening. If you have found value in my video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.